I approach this book series with all the seriousness it deserves and I can muster, which is about 30%.
You're listening to Getting Fae'd. We,
Meike,
Lea,
and Lukas are reading A Court of Mist and Fury for the very first time. Today we are covering chapters 36 and 37. Get Fae'd with us!
Woo!
Hello, guys.
hello.
Hi, guys.
Oh, Lea, are you okay? You sound so sick.
Oh, well, I'm a bit sick, you're right. You have a good ear that you can hear that, I guess.
Yes, I didn't know.
Yeah, I might sound a little bit lower than usual, but I hope it's still fun. So, yeah, that's also why we record remote today again. But there's no better way to cure my illness than with good old Fae romance. So why don't we head right in?
Yes, I give my best. I have to say I'm a bit in emotional distress.
No!
Yeah, because Mike and I, we watched a TV show.
No!
And, yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the TV show is Dance Academy. And have you seen it, Lea?
I've seen some of it.
Then you haven't seen it. You know?
No, I don't think I have seen it.
When he said we're watching Dance Academy, you were like, oh, okay. But no, that show has no business slapping so hard.
Really?
Really? And, you know, it came out 2010,
Yes.
and it still holds up. It holds up. It holds up.
Impressive.
Yes.
I mean, I watched it when it was on TV, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't.
And I only watched like a few episodes, like maybe 5. And I don't even know if they were like in the right order. So I think I know what it's about and that's all.
It's about dancing in an academy.
In Australia.
Australia.
In Sydney.
See, I didn't know that because when I watched it in German.
Yeah, there was this weird time where the German public broadcast produced a lot of shows in Australia with Australian TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it happened. There is, like, this mermaid series, a lot of people know. Mako, no, H2O, Just Add Water, is an Australian and German co-production.
Yeah.
And then the spin-off Mako Mermaid is also a German co-production. And My Girl's World,
A
Girl's World, where they have this chat room they can switch places, that is also German and Australian co-produced.
Yeah. And so
Wild.
is Dance Academy. My point being, last week or something, we finished season 2. And for all of those who know, the season finale of season 2 left me genuinely traumatized.
I cried.
I was not prepared, and
I think you
why-
cried too.
A bit. And that's, like, end of my tangent. That's why I am in emotional distress right now. And you need to comfort me so we can get through this episode together.
Okay. It's a good episode to get over something, I think.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are happening.
Yeah.
Yes. Shall we jump into the recap of last episode?
Let's do that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, Meike, you look so confident.
Yeah, there was a good episode. I clearly remember how Feyre played in the bathtub with Tarkin's powers, because she is now very good at water powers. And then she kind of went around looking for a place where the secret location of the book could be. And she saw this submerged temple near the coast. And then she, like, sneakily asks Tarkin about it and is like, well, I saw this neat place on my walk here. Maybe we can go there tomorrow. What's happening there? And then Tarkin and his whatever, we still don't know how they are related, Cressida, they're like exchanging looks, and she's like, oh, they know stuff. And then Tarkin seems to get a bit suspicious, and then Feyre like jumps into his mind and changes his thoughts, and it's just very, very mind-blowing.
Mental
And then
penetration.
Incredible.
Then they plan the heist, which is supposed to happen this chapters.
Yep.
Right. So today, in chapter 36, it's the day of the heist, and all of the day was, quote, torture for our poor Feyre. I was honestly kind of confused where she ate summer court all of the sudden. Then I remembered, she's guilty, and I thought she might be a bit overreacting. because she hasn't done anything yet. But it's like, I can't bear the heat and the guilt of it all, and I'm gonna steal something from my boy Tarkin.
Yeah, I mean, she is walking around lying to everyone in a way. I mean, not lying, but like keeping information. So I would feel guilty too. Especially because Tarkin is such a cutie.
Yeah, he's a cute bean.
You know, last episode we talked about like, maybe she should just talk to Tarkin and maybe ask him if he would just give her a book, but they don't trust him yet. And then I was like, he probably doesn't trust them either, because like Night Court has this bad reputation, and if they just now go like, hey, do you want to give us this mighty thing? So I guess
maybe
they truly do not really have another choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's all political intrigue and such, and Feyre is new to all this, so maybe that's why she's a bit prone to feeling very guilty about it. Mm-hmm. But like the sentence where I was like, oh, you're overreacting a bit. It's like, first of all, Tarkin kissed her goodnight, which is incredibly cute, saying maybe he'll visit Night Court soon, and then Feyre almost fell on her knees to beg his forgiveness.
You know, Feyre has been lied to, in a way, because like Tamlin kept a lot from her, and then Rhysand kind of kept a lot from her, and now there's this one person that seems kind of honest and like well-intended, and then she's lying to him. I think that is also like weighing down her consciousness.
Yeah, maybe. When and then, without further ado, we just cut to the heist. Let's go. Rhysand he's the wingman because he drops them off from above.
Yeah.
That rhymed. And then just kind of goes patrolling the skies, seeing if there are any guards sneaking about. And Amren and Feyre, the girl squad, go to the tower, which is like not underwater right now because the tide is low. But they are on a tight timer because the water is going to come in quite soon. And maybe this will be the watery grave.
What I found interesting was that in the time before the heist happened, we didn't really get much more planning. It was just like the anticipation of it. And now we're thrown into it. So I was like, as we've talked before, like if you know the plan, then something will go wrong. And I guess we kind of know the plan, but the plan is like, drop, go in, get out. So it's like not that much of a plan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Lea, you don't get it. Nothing can go wrong because Rhys and Amren had checked for wards around the site, but there were none. So, like, Feyre says it's odd, but fortunate. So nothing's gonna go
That
wrong.
was already incredibly suspicious. Like, dude, aren't you like 500 years old? Older even. 900 years old. Why are you so silly about it? You're like, well, I just drop you in and you go in and get the book and then come out.
Yeah.
Why did he suddenly turn Italian? I don't know.
I guess Rhysand just checked for traps and rolled a net 1 on investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, all will be fine because their plan is like, afterwards, we're just gonna run. But we're gonna leave a note that says, we have an important appointment. Sorry. So they just book it. But then they go like, but not really. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Tarkin's gonna find the note the next morning and be like, who stole the book? It can't have been Rhysand. He had urgent business in Night Court.
I mean, the plan, like if it all goes according to plan, Tarkin won't know that the book is missing. I guess that's the play.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see about that.
We'll see.
So Amren and Feyre, they go into this tower and there's a big room with like mud as a floor. There's no floor, there's just the sea ground. But otherwise the room appears to be empty. But Feyre can feel something under the mud. So it's gonna get muddy.
Yeah, and then they just start like digging through that mud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Amren is like, we should have brought a shovel. But I'm like, yes, yes, you should have.
Or just any equipment, you know? But that's like a wild image of them just digging through that mud with all their vigor, with their hands.
I was also just kind of confused because, like, I think we have seen Amren just clean people with a snap of her fingers or summon food or something.
True, yeah.
And then she has to dig with her hands. Can she summon a shovel?
Yeah, like, it kind of changes during the course of this chapter, but especially in the beginning, like, we were so looking forward to seeing Amren's powers now, and the only thing she does is make a light. It's like, wow.
Wow.
Girl, I'm impressed.
Very basic cantrip.
Yeah.
And then, okay, it's been a while since I wrote these notes, and it just says, Amren quote, "Excuse me," in all caps, and then I wrote down a page. So we're all going to find out together.
Okay.
Very intriguing.
Yeah, for me too. Oh yeah, right. They find a lead door, and then Amren swears and says, "Lead to keep its full force in, to preserve it. They used to line the sarcophagi of the great rulers with it, because they thought they'd one day awaken." And that was just, I think that sentence very much confused me and felt like a big random lore drop.
You know, that sentence sounded like something that was hinting at the last book in her newest series. And I think all the people who read that know what I'm talking about. And I honestly think that's impressive, because that book came out in like 2022, maybe? So, like, what, 6-7 years after this one? So she had a lot of planning already done, if this is actually hinting at what I think it is. If not, it's just a coincidence, and I put thoughts into it because I know the other series. But yeah. But it's a very surprising sentence.
I don't think it has implications for this book. I mean, it hints at something like being resurrected, which is a theme for this book and this series, I guess, with Jorian. But it feels more like a lore drop than foreshadowing, I guess.
Well, you haven't read the last book in a new series.
Yes, but I mean, like...
No, I know what you mean.
If you build up a lore, then it's great if you use it and it has a point, you know? But I feel it doesn't feel like foreshadowing for this book series.
Right.
But I really like the notion that this book has such a powerful aura that it has to be sealed behind several layers of lead. And I found that interesting because, like, in D&D, which we have talked about, we play a lot, like, lead has the same magic dampening powers. And then I was wondering, like, if there is a mythical component to lead being shielding and stuff.
I think so.
It.
I didn't really find anything except for its actual real-life properties of shielding against radiation and stuff.
Yeah, I think it comes from that.
Yeah, I think that's more likely because I mean, I didn't like do like a big research, but I did a little research and I didn't really find any mythological property of lead except it shields you from magic because it shields you from radiation, I guess.
Which is basically magic.
Evil magic. Awesome.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. And I think it gives the book even more, like, not just the magical aura, but like, as the kids say, aura. You know?
No, I think, Lea, that's what the Germans say.
The German kids.
That's literally just a German word.
Yeah, but like they describe like cool stuff or things with like, that's aura.
But Walter Benjamin did it first.
Yeah, but they do it differently.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It gives the book even more gravitas.
Now
Yes,
we're talking like gravitas. That's a good word. I like it.
Yeah.
I just wish it would happen more often. I feel like she has the ability to write a cool world, and in her head, this world is very cool. But now Feyre has lived in it for a year, and it does not really feel that different to our normal world. You know, every once in a while there comes a monster along, and then there are fairies, but the fairies also have like courts and monarchies and stuff that feels very human and just medievally in a way. So I'm kind of missing the big fantasy aspect in this book. And like sentences like this give it this big fantasy aspect, but it just happens so rarely.
Yeah.
I want it to happen more often.
Yeah. Maybe Sarah J. Maas should be like Amren and Feyre and keep digging.
Yeah. Bring it all up.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this book goes because this is promising.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of weird fantasy and magic, something else that happens, I guess, is that the lead door, it kind of tests if this is actually the Summer Court High Lord who's digging it up. And then Feyre does everything in her power to convince the lead door that she is Tarkin. Like, she sends some summery vibes down the pipe. And it's like, oh, I'm sea, I'm summer, I'm a cute bean, just like Tarkin.
Like she did in his mind.
Yeah.
Right. And then she just shapeshifts into Tarkin.
That was insane.
That was wild. Insanity.
I had to read it twice, because for the first time I thought, this is like just metaphorical. Like she feels like she shapeshifts into Tarkin, but no, she actually physically changes her appearance.
That's so awesome.
That was incredible.
She's so powerful.
But also the descriptions of her like embodying this different person's essence was also pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I also had to like take a look back and be like, did she actually just do that? Yes, that just happened. What the fuck?
Except for this one sentence that made me kind of laugh out loud, because she says, I am sea and sun and green things. And it just sounds like she's blanking. She's like, I'm thinking of Tarkin and he's sea and sun and green things.
But, I feel like that makes it real, if you're like, and this belongs to him and this belongs to him and, green.
When I was over being so excited about her shapeshifting, I was like, oh my god, she's using Tamlin's power for the first time without thinking about how stressful that is for her and without thinking, oh, that's the thing that belongs to Tamlin. She just does it because it's her power now. And she makes it her own. And I wondered, do we know if Tamlin is able to shapeshift into someone else? Because A, it would be so cool if she was just so much more powerful. Like, he can take any animal form, but he cannot transform himself into someone else. And then B, I really hope he cannot do it, because I would hate for Tamlin to be able to appear as someone else. I don't want that. I don't want Tamlin to look like anyone else.
Like, maybe that's a smart little crumb of information. Maybe Tamlin can do that. Maybe that's foreshadowing that he will do that.
I see your point, but I feel like, especially this... What?
I just looked at Lukas and he has his microphone tapped to his head. Like, I knew he did that, but I just looked at him. You look so damn silly.
I laughed because Lea just approaches this like we're having a scientific discussion, like in some university panel.
Yes.
Yeah, I see your point.
This is a scientific discussion.
I know. I just thought you said it in a funny way.
Yes. I approach this book series with all the seriousness it deserves and I can muster, which is about 30%.
In today's economy. Still very good.
So please go on, Lea.
Where was I? I have to think what I wanted to say. Right, I remember. So, I'm going to say it again.
Yeah, that's what 30% scientific capacity sounds like.
Scientific sincerity.
Oh, okay.
So, I see your point, Lukas. But to me, it felt like she is combining the Tamlin power with... I feel like it's her right hand power to feel like the essence of somebody. So to me, it felt like a combination of those powers, which I think is the great thing about her powers, that she has like access to all these different things and she can combine them. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think Tamlin is able to do that.
The thing is, would Feyre be able to shapeshift into someone like Lucian? Because he's not a High Lord.
But she can feel his essence probably. If she enters his mind?
Lucian's essence?
Oh, right, because she feels his magic essence, like Tarkin's magic essence.
Mm-hmm. She'd be such a powerful spy if she could just shapeshift into anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's more powerful than a glamour.
Right.
Because it's like her actual flesh shifting. I feel like that's hard to look through.
Yeah.
But do you think if Tamlin were able to do that... We have already maybe witnessed that.
I just thought about this a lot with my 30% capacity, and I could not think of an instant. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he killed Rysand and this is just Tamlin.
Oh no. Oh no.
We should be on the lookout for characters behaving differently.
Yeah.
Oddly,
You know, if we ever, like, if a character appears weird and we're like, well, that's so out of character. Maybe that's Tamlin.
Ooh, spicy. I like it.
Having our alarm bells ready.
I like it. Well, shall we move on then?
Yes,
Please.
Because lo and behold, the lead door is fooled by shape-shifting Feyre and actually opens for her and reveals a spiral staircase that leads downwards. And there's like another room. I think it's even larger and it's waist deep in water. And in Amren's case, it's like chin deep because he's very small.
I always forget that.
Which is a bit cute. And then like at the end of this room, there's another lead door. And this one's even harder to open. But she manages that as well.
Without changing into Tarkin this time.
Yeah, she's really got the act down. Maybe she thought of something better to think than green things.
I'm not really sure when this happens at some point, but isn't she going like, I didn't really like want to think about what just happened with the shape-shifting there.
Yeah.
Isn't she like, okay, that happened. And I can really picture her and Amren just standing there side-eyeing each other and being like, this is a topic for another day, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, but I like that it's not just like put your hand on a scanner thing to open these doors, which I kind of assumed last episode when Tarkin did that, but it requires actual work for Feyre to put into, like, it feels like a real obstacle, and I think it's written pretty well.
Yeah.
And behind this lead door is a lead box.
Wow!
Nice. And this one seems even harder to open, but Feyre, like, flexes her fingers and cracks her neck and says, let's go. I'm Summer, I'm Sea, I can do this, I'm a queen, I'm Slayer.
I'm green.
And then she can't. She's Feyre, and she's green, and she's also accused of lying by a sentient lead box.
Yeah.
Because the box whispers, liar.
You know, I thought this was such a cinematic, awesome fucking chapter ending. I could really imagine it in my mind. Like, you see this door and you hear this creepy whispering of this voice, and the voice just goes, liar. And then everything goes black and you only hear the sound of water. And
yeah, awesome.
And the door also slams shut and they are trapped.
It's very cool.
But what did you think about the personality of this box? Like, I found it fun that this box had a personality, but I didn't really know what to make of it.
I didn't think so much about the personality itself of the box. I was just happy to see another weird object having a personality again. Because she did that in the second Throne of Glass book, where a door knocker, that has a very fun personality. And now I was kind of just happy to see an inanimate object having a personality again.
As I said, I didn't really know what to make of it, but I found that it did have a certain je ne sais quoi. It was intriguing. I didn't know any better way how to put it, but it's like, this is weird, but it's also kind of fun.
Yeah, this lead box will so go on my next Jimmy Out cake.
Nice.
But is it the box that's talking, or is it the book inside of the box?
I think it might be the book. Like, the book is in control of its box.
Maybe. But does the book protect itself?
I think so.
But why?
Because the book has been given to Summer Court, and it's like, okay, these are my people now. I'm gonna make sure that I stay with them.
I was told I belong to this Tarkin boy.
Yes.
I actually see a point later in the next chapter that would support the thesis that the book protects itself. Maybe we should get to that later. If I remember to talk about it, it's your guys' responsibility to remind me.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But for now, let's move on to the beginning of next chapter.
Woo! 37.
Because chapter 37 starts with my note saying, oh, no, they're gonna drown. Who could have thunk it? Because, like, obviously that was gonna happen.
Who would have sunk it? Ha ha ha.
like Sarah J. Maas set up this set piece with like a timer when the water comes back, and now the water came back. I mean, it was bound to happen.
But it's coming back early, isn't it?
It felt like because the box or the book, whatever, noticed that there's a liar present and not Tarkin. This is the failsafe and the water comes crashing in.
Yeah, I think they even wonder if maybe the sea is Tarkin's ally.
Yeah, and I really like this. I like the thought of like the box not notifying Tarkin, but like the surroundings of the box, the water, being like, oh, I respond to my master, and my master is Tarkin, and what is his is not in his possession right now. So like I go in and that's kind of cool. I come to protect. Like the sea having sort of like a consciousness even.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like water powers. They're kind of cool. Very versatile and can be very wild and strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Feyre, our protagonist, then...
Thank you for reminding us again.
Yeah, I needed to fill some time while I was reading my notes. I'm sorry.
It's good to sometimes be reminded, just in case.
I mean, I thought you were like, because we were simping so much about Tarkin, you were like, Feyre, our protagonist, you know, you're supposed to be on her side.
I was just stalling for time because I cannot decipher my notes. So anyways, Feyre, you know, who killed the wolf back in book 1.
Yeah, right.
And then was taken by Tamlin. She puts the box in her pocket.
I put the box in my pocket.
Box in the pocket, put the box in the pocket.
And then Amren shows some powers and burns the door open with the like raw, fiery energy.
This is the first time we ever see Amren use magic, right? Like proper magic.
Yeah.
Well, she has made light before, as I said.
Proper magic.
But now she has a flaming fist, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So now she was doing something, and I was like, okay, well, you are forgiven.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes, but Amren was kind of set up to be this all-powerful, otherworldly being, and then she just kind of barely manages to burn one door open.
Yes, you're right. But I think later she says to Rysand, spoiler, they get saved. She says to Rysand that this place sort of nullified her powers.
Yeah.
So she could not use her full potential. And she's trapped inside her body, so her power is already limited, and then it's getting even more limited.
Okay.
But I was very intrigued by the way her magic was described, because so far we've only seen magic, I don't know, appear as something like, I would say elemental magic. You know, as in most fantasies, people just do magic by doing magic. You know, they put their hand out and something happens. But Amren's magic is described as her using like symbols, almost like writing in the air. And, you know, you people listening out there, you're getting it here first. All three of us have at this point read Throne of Glass. Oh, well, Lukas and I have read Throne of Glass, and then we have told Lea everything about it.
We recorded like a whole episode. It's gonna come out at some point.
It just hasn't. It's all over the place, and it's not been edited yet. It will be there when it's there.
Stay tuned.
Follow this podcast.
But, so all of us know about
Yeah.
the beginning of the story of Throne of Glass. And so we know about word marks. And I was wondering if...
Remind me again.
So,
And for those who don't know it,
It's like a magic alphabet.
right.
oh right,
Basically.
It's kind of like runes. And
Yeah.
you use it to carve magic into objects or places and use almost like an ancient kind of magic, like a very
Yeah.
innate magic to the world, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? And I wondered if this might be word marks, if she's using that ancient magic. If she doesn't have like elemental magic that comes from within her, but she has the power to use word marks without carving them somewhere and just putting them in the air.
Ooh.
that's cool.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Would be cool for her to have like a different set of magic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you think... Sorry, that just came to my head, and maybe what I'm saying now will not make sense because I haven't thought about it, but the tattoos Rysand and the Illyrians are using, they are magical, and they are like a form of writing in a way. Could they be like runes too?
I mean, we know that Feyre's tattoo is magical because it is part of the pact. I mean, she wasn't tattooed, so they're definitely magical. The question is if they grant you anything else magical.
I mean, Illyrian warriors get like tattooed as a good luck charm on the battlefield, and maybe that has a literal meaning, and it's actual magic being infused to you to grant you some luck. And that's why every Illyrian warrior has to do this, so no one gets an advantage.
Well, they have advantages over other people, I guess.
Right. That's a good theory, Meike.
Thank you.
Well, using her cool room powers, Amren manages to open at least this one door to get like back into the second room they've been to. Mm-hmm. Like they still need to go through another lead door, and this room is filling up with water pretty quickly.
Kind of made me think of Mission Impossible and what's his name? Tom Hanks?
Cruise.
No,
Tom Hanks!
Can you imagine Tom Hanks in the Mission Impossible movies?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it made me think of like, well, any action movie, but since we have seen Mission Impossible together in the theater, I was thinking about like in action movies when you open one door and then get through that door, and then you're in a room and you have to get through that room and then open the next door and get into another room.
Yeah.
And it just like door, room, door, room, door,
room.
Yeah,
very action set piece-esque, this scene.
But that's also very classic action, right? Like you have the heist and it's very slowly getting in and like, oh, how do we overcome these doors? And then on the way back, there's just turmoil and you have to like be very quick, and then suddenly, oh, there are these pipes that you have to climb over, and ooh, now there's a burst thing, and ooh, oh yeah, oh no. And it just all happens on the way out for reasons.
Right.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's still great.
What's especially fun is the fact that Feyre carries Amren piggyback, because otherwise she would just be completely underwater.
I always forget that she's small.
Yeah,
I don't.
same.
When I think of Amren, I think of like a tall, lean, creepy woman, like a goddess almost.
But she's
But
the
then
tiny
the
ancient
book
one.
always reminds me that she's a tiny one, and I love that. She's Edna Mode. She's just Edna Mode.
When I read that she was like carrying her piggyback, I was just like, why? This is so random. And then like several sentences later, I was like, all right, I guess she can't swim or won't swim. Maybe it's too like turbulent, the water, so they can't swim. Who knows? I guess she's like Yoda now.
Yeah, she's like Yoda. Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah. She's ancient, she's
small,
tiny.
A bit annoying, a bit weird, very powerful.
Drinks blood.
So Yoda coded.
Yeah. Maybe in the live action adaptation, she will be a puppet. Like everyone is a normal human, but she is gonna be like a Muppet.
Yeah. Oh my god. Miss Piggy for Amren.
Oh yes.
That would be awesome.
That would fit.
Because she's being carried Miss Piggy back. Amazing. Yes. Full circle moment. We are podcasting geniuses.
Well, full circle moment to Yoda. Frank Oz played both.
Frank Oz played Miss Piggy?
At least he puppeteered her, I think.
What?
Yeah, Frank Oz made the Muppets with the other guy. Who was the other guy? The famous one.
The famous other guy.
George Clooney.
No, the Muppet guy.
I don't know the Muppet guy. Is it Kermit?
The Muppet guy?
The Muppet guy? Guys, we are just flying off the rails. Can we please talk about ACOMAF? Thank you.
Jim Henson.
Fuck Jim Henson. We are talking about Aaron.
Oh my god, you cannot say that. Take that back, Lukas.
I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry, Jim Henson. I did not mean to offend you.
Oh my god, take that back. He's dead.
Oh, sorry, still alive relatives of Jim Henson. I did not mean to offend this guy that I don't know.
Shame on you.
Can we just talk about the book, please?
Then talk about the book.
So, Feyre,
the protagonist.
Our protagonist. is carrying Aaron Piggy back, like through the water, through the rising water, to the second door. But this one, Aaron can't open because she used all of her spell slots. I mean, her power is drained. And then I was kind of expecting like a Reese Ex Machina. I don't know about you guys. I feel like that was how it was set up.
Actually, I was expecting something else, but I don't want to fish for compliments, so I'm not going to say it.
Fish for compliments?
Were you expecting what happens?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the water. And the book has reminded us several times that she has allies in the water.
You actually expected that. I thought what happens next was so random. But maybe we should talk about what happens next.
Yes, please.
So Feyre and Amren are saved by some water wraiths.
What?
They ripped the door open, and I thought this was so random because, yes, it was set up. We've been reminded of the fact that Feyre was nice to that one water wraith once, but like, did word travel from Spring Court to Summer Court this fast? And did the Summer Court water wraiths just know that Feyre is there?
I guess.
And then stalk Feyre to like prey on a chance to save her life?
You know what I think? I think all these water things are connected. Like, as we said, the water is alive and stuff and has a personality or something. And the water rays are part of the water and the cycle. And they felt, ooh, a tumult is going on. And there is a Feyre-Traitor-Ally-Person. And then we have to save her. And we will cash in our sister's debt.
I don't know about that.
You know, I've read my fair share of Percy Jackson and all the adjacent books. And I think whenever a character is underwater and in distress, a Naiad comes along and saves the day. So I was like, oh, they're underwater and in distress. Well, this book series has something similar to Naiads. And that's water wraith. And I was like, I don't know how I would feel about them showing up now, because it would kind of feel wasted. I mean, they're saving their lives. But I kind of would have wanted a more meaningful scene.
I see what you mean. Like, whenever I read action scenes like this, I'm so in the moment, I'm usually not thinking about like, ooh, what might happen next. So I didn't really expect anyone to come or something. I was just like seeing what happens. And when they showed up, I was like, yeah, water race, ooh, allyship had a purpose, you know. But then I was like, was this a one-time thing? I thought we were like allies now. Like, are you still my allies, or like, is this gone?
Right, they were like, and now the debt is paid, right?
Yeah. And that made me sad.
Yeah, they should have just let them die, because how fucking racist they are afterwards.
Bro, this racism, like what Feyre says next, they save their lives. And then they swim away, and Feyre's just like, I'm praying they didn't come back and make a meal of us. What the fuck? Excuse me, Feyre? They saved your life. They were nice to you. Bro.
Right. Wild choice. Wild choice, Feyre.
Bold.
Not a good look on you, girlie.
No.
The thing is, like, when she was in Spring Court, she was like, oh yeah, this wraith person seems kind. I will help them. They seem in need. And then people told her, like, oh, they eat people and stuff. And so she has learned the racism now. So she is susceptible to prejudice and just takes it on, I guess.
Feyre, come on.
Be better.
I mean, she's an immigrant herself.
Yeah.
And then she acquired the Prithian citizenship. And now she feels like she's something better. These people have been there before. No one is an immigrant on stolen land.
Preach.
You're right.
It's funny because it's true.
I wonder if this ever gets turned into a show, what the Wraith would look like. If they would be gingly, awkward, creepy creatures, and if they would behave sort of normal. And everyone would just be like, oh, look at them, they look creepy, so they are evil. Or if they are actually, like, very weird. If they, like, go to you and, I don't know, creep people out.
I feel like that depends very much on the kind of series this is going to be. Like, I can see a production where just, like, every person is hot, no matter who they are. And then they're like, oh, I'm ugly, but they're hot anyways, you know?
And half naked.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I feel like the race, maybe they would have like pointed teeth, but they still, like, they'd be like sirens, you know? Sexy but creepy.
Well, the water wraiths then paddle away and leave the two birdies alone. And then Rysand shows up.
Typical.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
They
Man.
were like, where the fuck were you? And it turns out they pretty much set off every alarm in that place. And
That is so funny.
Rysand was kind of busy hunting all the guards down who want to alert Tarkin.
This whole heist is such a mess, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, there are no wards. Let's just go in. And they just walk through that thing and ding, 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 ding. I can already see like a group of 5 guards running over there. And Rysand is like, fuck, dispatching them. Then they're at the next door. Ring, ding, 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 ding. And oh, fucking Jesus, again. They did absolutely no research.
You know, this heist was planned.
And that's where you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know, this heist was planned by 2 ancient people and 1 newly made immortal, yet they behave like teenagers trying to steal like alcohol from, I don't know, a petrol station. And it's very, very funny.
But not even that. Like in a petrol station, I think teenagers would think about, okay, there's a person there. And they might even think about cameras if they're good teenagers, like smart teenagers.
Yeah, they don't just make love in this book.
But, you know, they kind of had a plan, but that plan only consisted of, let's go in, get the book, let's get out. And I guess Rysand is the lookout. That's not stealing from a petrol station, that's stealing from your grandma.
Yeah, from your grandma's basement.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, it worked out just fine, with the small exception that probably Tarkin now knows that something is up. I don't know if Rysand ever got to leave this note saying that something came up when they winnowed away because like 10 guards ran at them.
I feel like he did leave the note because they probably left the note before they went onto the heist.
But that makes it even more funny. I picture like Tarkin waking up, finding this note and being like, oh no, something came up. I have to bring Feyre to her dentist's appointment. We're leaving. Then a guard comes in and informs them, yo, fuck, man. They just killed 20 of our guys and stole the book.
Tarkin is gonna be heartbroken, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
The question is, what is going to be the result of that?
Will he snitch to Tamlin?
Maybe. I don't think he's going to be as petty as to turn to Highburn.
Maybe
I
he's
hope
just
not,
gonna
no.
be a king, and the next time we meet him, he's like, you should have just asked me. I would have given you the book.
That would be cute. But yeah, I don't blame them for taking the book. Like, I totally understand. Like, Feyre even says it in, I think, chapter 36, that Tarkin's plan of uniting all of Prythian and like them living without this class system is a good plan, but it can only work if Prythian survives. And it won't if they don't save it and destroy the Cauldron and the King of Highburn. So stealing the book is the right choice. I just also feel very bad for Tarkin, who I think was actually really trying to be a friend to Feyre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Bean.
Poor Bean.
But luckily for us, this is a first-person book, so we don't have to deal with his reaction yet, because they winnow back to Night Court.
Goodbye, Summer Court. You have been nice.
Yeah.
Brief, but nice.
And as it turns out, Morrigan has not installed herself as the ruthless dictator, as we kind of predicted for whatever reason, but just like nothing happened.
Yeah, I was curious that all 3 of them just expected them there. Like, I thought, like, Cassian and Ezreal were busy in the mortal realm. But no, all of them are chilling there and expecting them. And apparently nothing bad has happened yet.
As far as you know, maybe Morrigan is just Tamlin in disguise.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Well, Feyre pulls out the box, and the book, or the box, whoever is like a sentient says master, talks to Feyre and says, "Hello, liar." And then Feyre just goes like, "Hello."
Hello.
That was kind of a funny exchange. And then the book is like, "Are you gonna read me?" And Feyre's like, "No." No.
I just wanted to possess you. Oh, la, la.
Well, and now I remembered we get to the point where I thought maybe this could be an indicator that the book protects itself. Because Feyre does not manage to convince the book that she is the High Lord of Summercourt, but the book decides to open anyways. Maybe that's like an indication that the book just likes Feyre and is like, "Here you go, I'm over my Summercourt phase, fuck them."
Yeah, I was confused why it opened now. It didn't really make sense to me. Like not this whole scene, but this point of the scene, I was very confused about everything.
Yeah, well, plot needs to plot, I guess. The book is described as dark metal plates bound on 3 rings, gold, silver, and bronze.
What a surprise! It's made of metal. Who would have seen that coming?
You know, Rysand must know that. He must know that the book is not made of paper. Why was he like, well, underwater is a very weird place to hide a book?
The bone carver told them it was made of the same metal as the cauldron. The cauldron is not made of paper, right?
It's like paper mache pot. Also, the letters are like carved into the metal in a language that Feyre unfortunately doesn't know, but Amren recognizes it.
That's also like the reveal. Yo, Feyre can't read it. It's like, huh? But I think it's cool that it's like, ooh, Amren can read it, and it's like written in the holy tongue.
Yeah, it's gonna be team effort.
It was the whole thing that she was supposed to use it and read it. Like, she's the only one who can use it, right?
Yeah, I guess Amren has to now decipher the book and then teach this language to Feyre, so Feyre can read it and then thus use the book.
You know what's even weirder? I don't know, did any of you Google the name of the book?
Book?
Does it have a name?
Like the book in the book. It has the name Leshan Hakodash. Leshan Hakodash.
I thought the language is called Leshan Hakodash.
Yes. Yeah, the language.
I thought the language is called the Holy Tongue.
Yeah, the language is the Holy Tongue, which is named Leshan Hakodash.
Yeah, maybe Leshan Hakodash is Leshan Hakodash for Holy Tongue.
Yes, shut up, let me talk. And I Googled it because I thought I had read it in another series of her. And I still might have, but what came up is that Leshan Hakodash is the Hebrew variation in which holy religious texts are written. Like, in this world. Just like, it's a way of Hebrew.
What?
Okay.
And I was very confused by that.
It's a Bible or a Torah.
Yeah, I think like parts of the Torah are written in that Leshan Hakodash. I'm so sorry for butchering that. But like, if it's a real thing, I feel sorry for butchering it, but I have no idea how you say it.
Yeah, but it makes sense that it's Hebrew, because if the King of Highburn uses the Cauldron, he brews something in there.
Bro!
I'm sorry.
God, that's so stupid. I felt like that language had been mentioned in her other series, but yeah, I guess it's just a normal language also. So I don't know what I'm taking from this. This is the moment I wished I remembered more about the stuff I read. Because I feel like then I could make sense of what I'm thinking.
Well, but you have a drain brain.
Yes, I do.
I'm sorry to inform you. Okay, maybe this is just like a complete deep lore drop confirmation that we in this world share the same universe as Prithian. Like, we are one of the parallel worlds.
I was just about to say, like, if this is a creation myth of that world, but this creation myth implies all things were created this way, and like the language of this creation is the same as like a real world creation myth, and the world kind of looks like our world, let's be honest, like in shape wise. I don't know.
I mean, the world, I think I've told you this before, the world in which her newest book series takes place is called Midgard, which is, I think, like in Norse mythology the name for Earth.
Yes.
I think
Or like
so.
Midgard is, but yeah.
That sounds pretty
Tomato,
convincing.
tomato. So yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
my point. Like, I don't.
I mean, all the book series are kind of
They're connected.
Yeah.
connected. So maybe she will write another book series that is like a low fantasy thing that takes place in our world, and then this will also be connected to these fantasy worlds. Prediction. If not prediction, then Sarah J. Maas, hire me. We can write it together.
The point is Amren can read this holy tongue, apparently. But I was just wondering, like, she's supposed to be this otherworldly, powerful being. Like, is she an angel? Is she just an angel?
I thought so too. Is she like a being from heaven?
Yeah.
Maybe she's the one who tipped the cauldron over.
Oh my god. Imagine.
She's like Lucifer, you know? She had a tantrum and like stomped her little feet, and then the cauldron tipped over and made the world.
She was like, oops.
Maybe. I guess we can all just agree that we do not have enough information to have this discussion.
Right. And then what's also very intriguing about the book is that Rysand says he wanted Amren to get the book and read the book because he also thinks there might be something in the book that could lift the curse that has been set on Amren. And I do not believe him.
Yeah.
Sorta. I feel like he's bluffing. I feel like he is just like, Amren, I want you to read that because I fucking need you to read that. And if I have to lie to you and give you hope that we can't turn you back with this book, I'm gonna do it. I feel like he does not think that. Or at least he cannot know.
It's another moment where he knew something and didn't disclose this information with the group.
Right.
You know, everybody thought Feyre is supposed to read it. And then he's like, yeah, I knew it. Or I had the notion or a suspicion it might be a different language. But I knew Amren would be able to read it. So here you go.
What a sneakmeister.
And then she's like, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, I did not tell you because I did not want to get your hopes up.
What's he doing now?
Yeah, first of all, it seems very tropey argument. Like, it's always like, no, I didn't want to get your hopes up, blah, blah, blah. And it's always this, I wanted to protect you. I didn't want to get your hopes up. Like, just let me decide what I want to do with this information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like, I wrote down, with more thinking, I feel like I get it. But it's been quite a while since I wrote that down. And I'm not sure I get it anymore.
So you did some thinking, then you got it, and then you did even more thinking.
Yes.
Nice.
You know, what if Feyre had gotten into the situation where she would have been like, save the book or save Amren? And she would have saved the book because she would have been like, oh my god, I need the book. Like, I like Amren, but I fucking need the book. And then she would have come up without Amren and be like, hey, I have the book. And Rysand's like, well, you lost our translator. Thank you.
Translator.
Rysand is not that good of a group leader. How did this city survive so long?
Because it's led by Morrigan.
Right. But, as it has several times, it turns out just fine, so he doesn't learn, and it sets up that Amren and Feyre are kind of the book deciphering dream team. But Amren also says that she will need the other half of the book to start deciphering the book, which I didn't really get. Like, can't she, like, decipher the first half of the book and then move on to, I don't know. I guess she knows what she's doing, so they need to get the other half.
You know, I just noticed that whenever they talked about two halves of the book, I always assumed they had cut the book in half. Like, not pages 1 to 50 and then pages 50 to 100, but pages 0 to 100 cut in half.
What?
I'm sorry, I said that, but
So
it's
there are
hard
two ways to half a book.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it like in a line that like aligns with the back of the book.
me.
I'm trying to tell our listeners, Lea.
All right.
You can take the book and then take this half, and then you have two parts of the book.
All right, yes.
The beginning and the end. But I kind of
Yes.
thought they just like cut a line in between the book, and like to read the you had
upside
to
from
set,
the upside to the downside, you know. like like
from top to bottom.
From top to bottom. What I thought you meant was like from just left to right and then have an upside half and a downside half.
But I guess we don't really know because it is not described to us. But what I was about to say is that this sets up the whole next set piece of talking to the queens, getting the second half of the book, and I guess that is our mission now.
Asriel action, please. You know, the book's been doing to me again what it has done to me in book 1 with Lucian.
Right.
Lucian appeared. I was utterly in love with Lucian. And then Lucian just stopped being cool. And I feel like that's happening right now to Asriel. Asriel appeared. Asriel was cool. I fall in love with Asriel. I'm so fallen for this man. And now he doesn't do anything cool anymore. I need my solo mission with Asriel going to the queens now. I want that.
You're just not allowed to thirst.
Why not? This is the point of the book and also the point of the podcast.
No, you need to thirst about Rysand.
I don't wanna. I like him, but I don't wanna.
Tamlin.
Never.
These are your 2 options.
You could also thirst about Tarkin.
Or Feyre, but she does not give me much thirstness.
Well, there's also this whole part about like Jurian.
Right. There's a whole part about Jurian. They kind of ponder about what the King of Fireburn's deal is with Jurian, why he wants him, why he maybe already has him. And then we learn, is this the first time we learn this, that Miriam, who has been mentioned before as like also being turned Fae, but she was a human before.
No, she's not turned Fae. I don't think she's turned Fae.
Just
I think she is...
She's just turned immortal, right? But she is human, she's been turned immortal, and she is also Jurian's ex-lover.
Apparently. We didn't know that. Didn't Amarantha, when she told her story about Clythia and Jurian... God, I kind of hoped I would never have to say that name again. Didn't she mention that in the end, Jurian betrayed Clythia and went to his human lover? So maybe that's Miriam.
I guess.
Yeah, I thought so. But Dracon stole Miriam from Jurian after Miriam stole Jurian from Clythia. Presumably. And that's just kind of what happened. And they now think that the King of Highburn wants to pretend that Miriam is not yet immortal.
So she's dead.
Yeah, so he can gaslight Jurian into thinking that the King of Highburn has a way to resurrect Miriam and make her immortal. So that's why Jurian wants to work with the King of Highburn. Wow, that's some complicated shit. What the fuck?
But it's actually a well-thought plan.
But also, Jurian, he just sounds like an asshole more and more.
Right.
I think he's an asshole, yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Also, this, like, yeah, he might also not grant him the resurrection of Miriam, but just like a chance to take revenge on this other guy, Draken, because he stole his girl away or something.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Why is men so shitty?
The age-old question. I did not see the Miriam and Jurian connection coming, though.
No.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Plot twist.
Yeah, but also kind of like offhanded plot twist. Jurian threat. Miriam. It was a bit random and thrown in there, right?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time now trying to decipher what the book is trying to tell us. This chapter ending, like chapter 36, like the ending of the heist was pretty well done. Mm-hmm. But like this whole ending at Night Court is just like all over the place.
Yeah, and isn't Feyre like, what? She doesn't really understand what's going on either. And then she's like, well, I'm just too tired to ask. I'm going to do it tomorrow. But the fact that she says, I'm going to do it tomorrow and not, so I'm not going to ask, which she has done before, makes me hopeful that we will get to the conversation where we get more information on this.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hopefully.
Because I hate nothing more than characters actively not asking for information, even though they could.
Yeah.
You know, Feyre being tired and being like, no, I need to unpack before they pack more stuff on me is reasonable, I guess. I mean, it makes me angry because I want to know what's happening, but if she gets the information in the next chapter, maybe that's all right. It makes this episode not 10 hours long. That's fine.
Yeah.
Woo, let's go.
But yeah, guys, we have the book now, and...
We have one half of the book.
Right, one half. Which half, we don't know.
So we have one half of the book. Someone who can definitely not read it. Someone who might be able to read it. And also, no one knows what's going on. Great.
Well, I guess they need a new mission now.
They have a new mission, which is get the second part of the book.
Yes. But all summer court without a meeting with Tamlin.
Yeah, the
And
summer
Lucian.
court episode is over. It's been several chapters. It was a nice time, but yeah, we really got our hopes up that Lucian might be there. That didn't happen, but maybe Lucian might be at the Queen's Palace. We never know.
He is. Sure.
He spends his summers there every year.
He's just chilling in Isaac's house.
Yeah, he lives at Isaac now, but he spends his summers at the Queen's Palace, and then Asriel goes there to talk to the queens. He has the soul gay romance with Lucian.
Oh, that would be great.
Lucian. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think.
That would be great. I could see it.
You know what's funny? I feel like whenever Lukas and I watch something new, at some point one of us says, oh, that dude would be a good Lucian. I feel like we cast so many Lucians whenever we watch something.
Do you want to know who our latest Lucian was, Lea?
Yes, please. Is it someone from Dance Academy?
Yes.
Yeah.
His name is Tim Pocock.
Nice.
And this name is especially quote-unquote funny because we've also both read his book that came out.
You guys are invested.
We are completely invested. This is also a recommendation. The title of this book is kind of wild. It's called The Truth Will Set You Free. But the subtitle of this book is great. It's Growing Up Gay in Opus Dei.
In Opus Dei?
Opus Dei is like a cult.
Ah, okay.
Like a Christian cult.
Yeah, it's like a secretive
organization inside of the church. But I don't know if it's actually classified as a cult, but
it is a cult.
Okay.
And he talks about being a closeted gay child growing up, how that traumatized him.
That book was actually very good. I thought it was really funny how Lukas and I started watching Dance Academy, and then I told Lukas how I was utterly in love with that character when I was 12. And then he looked him up on Instagram and was like, oh, what's he doing now? And then was like, oh, he just released a book. The book came out this year, I think in June or July.
Yeah.
I think it came out in July. And then I was like, well, I'm going to read that book now. What is it called? And he was like, The Truth Will Set You Free. And I was like, oh my God, is he a right-wing character now? And he was like, no, it's called Growing Up Gay in Opus Dei. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to read that book.
Nice.
Yeah, I cried a lot reading that book. It was a very, very, very sad, but I don't know, eye-opening memoir.
Maybe I have to borrow it someday.
Good time. And young him in Dance Academy kind of makes for a good Lucian.
He has a foxy face, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we're already done with the episode. This was book recommendation corner with Getting Fae'd. Maybe we can get him on the show someday.
Tim, come on the pod!
I want to get him on the pod.
Podcock.
We'll make a Lucian episode with all our fan casts.
Oh, wow.
Oh, by the way, if you're already in the recommendation realm, in recommendation corner, I actually wanted to recommend something. Ooh. I think a lot of our listeners might like this if you're into Greek mythology and stuff. But I actually got to work on a song that's called Eurydice, and it's about Eurydice.
What?
Yeah, I know. And it's pretty cool, and it's like a duet, and I sing Orpheus. The song's by Nausea, featuring me. I will link it in the episode. It's great listen. There's an entire album based on Greek mythology by them coming out soon. Check it out. And as I did when I recommended the last song, I will play 1 second of it to convince you.
Wow,
Nice.
great. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will you listen to it now?
Of course. It's not like I haven't listened to it like 1,000 times already.
Well, that was my recommendation corner. Lea, do you have a recommendation for us?
Sure, watch Stranger Things.
Wow, what's that? You have such niche recommendations.
Is it out already?
No, but I watched the 4th season again to be like up to date because I was like, I can't watch the whole thing again, but I'm ill. So I started season 1 and now I'm in the 2nd season. Oh, also when this episode comes out, maybe Legend of Mighty 9 has started.
Oh, I'm excited for that
So
one.
also a recommendation. We have so many recommendations.
November 19th, guys! We have no affiliation with Critical Role, but it's gonna be awesome because I am in love.
With whom?
Everyone.
Liam, obviously. And everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for Liam O'Brien's character. You talked so much about him.
Oh, he's my trauma boy. He's my bisexual awakening, you know?
Very
Nice.
good.
Yeah, I had my COVID phase where I was like, oh, maybe I'm a lesbian. And then Liam O'Brien happened and I was like, okay, maybe not.
So that was recommendation corner. I liked recommendation corner. Maybe for next episode we do it again.
Should we make this a reoccurring thing?
Maybe, yeah, I like it.
And if you don't want to miss any more recommendations or other episodes from us, then you should maybe check our Instagram or our TikTok at Getting Fade Pod on both those platforms. And there you will find all the new episode announcement. There will also be announced when this ominous Throne of Glass episode will drop. And you will find some outtakes and some memes and some highlights from this podcast. And also you can send these highlights to your friends so they know what this podcast is about. And then they can listen to this podcast as well because word of mouth really helps. And then you can hear our ramblings about this book next time when we are
Getting Fade!